Our plan was to keep you guys for about an hour, so we appreciate it very much. If you could like and subscribe on your way in, on your way out, that would help out a lot. One thing we could have kept doing is just debating whether we wanted to take this for our show pick or not, because there wasn't anything really sticking out to us on the board that we really loved. We did settle for, and I say settle, strongly because we just didn't want to go on forever. But we are going to take the Browns at 4.5 against the Tennessee Titans. I was pretty confident in it just because I feel like the Browns are slightly better and their defense will control the game. And that's why I feel like we could go with it. But in full transparency, there's nothing on the board that really sticks out to anyone. I think at this point, the lines are pretty efficient, and the sportsbook kind of has figured out the math of the season. And I think that in DFS too, it's going to be one of those weeks where you really had to have convictions. So I'm glad that have the three of us together today to do this for you guys. Hopefully you gain something from it. Donnie, Guff, how are we doing?
Good.
Having a solid week.
So we have that number generator, Donnie?
Yes, we do. I'm gonna go with I'm just gonna go number 1.
53.
1 in 53. I'll go 26.
80. So.
All right.
If you would have just picked 54, okay.
Yeah, I don't like to go to those player numbers.
All right. Well, I'm just going to get it out of the way quick because there's not much conviction on this slate. I'm almost basically out of it.
You're
so
going
let's
to
take some long shots. Maybe not even long shots. Let me get the Steelers to cover. I know Tomlin. I don't care who his quarterback is. This is going to be a really close slobber knocker divisional game.
I like that number.
I think they cover the 6 points.
Yeah, I think 6 is way too much for that game.
This is a game that both teams have to try. Loser is done. 6-6 versus 6-6. Loser's done. Loser has no shot in the AFC making a wild.
Well, I mean, this is for the division, basically. They're out of the wild card question. They got to win the division.
Right. So, like...
But
that's what I mean.
Is this their last game?
This is one of, 4 games on the slate that, have real playoff implications. Win or lose, in or out, kind of.
A lot of them
at week 14.
Yeah.
I think the Steelers play the Ravens twice, so technically they play to end the season as well. So this isn't the end-all, be-all, but this is huge.
It does say a lot, though.
This is the kind of game that Tomlin will try to get them up for, and then we'll see what happens. But, I think they can cover. Baltimore might still win, but if they win by a field goal, that's not 6.
Yeah.
And we know they know how to play Lamar.
Exactly. So I'll give me Pittsburgh to cover here.
I like that number, Gov, because you're not even getting the Ravens at full capacity. We're already seeing that, Lamar Jackson's limited. He's being more conservative. So I don't think they're going to go out there and try to put up the most points possible or really bury the Steelers as much as they're trying to just win and survive. And so that's why I like that 6 number especially.
What do you got, Logan?
Okay, so I'm going to take a game that I probably wouldn't have taken otherwise, but injury news ended in my favor. I want Jaden Daniels and the Commanders at 1.5 against the Vikings. They're going back to J.J. McCarthy out of necessity. Unfortunately, that Vikings defense looked really good last week against Sam Darnold, but they didn't have enough firepower. I think with Terry McLaurin coming back with Daniels, they haven't played much, but there's more talent on the Commanders side. At 1.5 is, I think it should be larger than that.
I'm gonna quick fire my 2. Gonna go Seattle at 6.5. I am shocked that's not at least a touchdown game because Seattle is so far ahead of Atlanta. I guess the argument would probably be Atlanta's defense is going to make Darnold look uncomfortable, which is not crazy if you thought that, but I don't know. And then for my second game, I am going to. No, I should just pick a prime time out of how it treated me this year.
That has been your move recently.
But I will instead settle for. Give me the Jags in basically a pick 'em. It's at 1.5.
Yeah.
I think the Colts are on the downswing.
This
I
is
think I would.
This is basically for the division right here.
Well, no, because Houston's in play for it as well.
Yeah, they're a game back, right? Yeah, they're 7-5, and these are both 8-4 teams.
What I will
really,
say,
like if the team that's 9-4 and the two 8-5s behind them, like this is basically who takes lead of the division.
Yeah.
Whether or not Houston can come and get it, this is for the division lead right here, Indy Jacksonville.
Yeah, the Texans probably are hoping that the Colts win because they have the tiebreaker against them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they have the tiebreaker against the. No, they tied with the Jags. So, but they have the tiebreaker. So the Texans fans are definitely Colts fans this week as well.
Similar to how the Lions fans are Packers fans. I mean, there's a lot of playoff implications in a lot of these games. It should be very fun, but you're right. We're not very convicted on the picks per se. But one thing I like about the Jags is they have a really good run defense, and we've seen with Daniel Jones, he's injured now, so. But they kind of need the passing game to show up this week to beat the Jags. So I just feel like it's a very interesting style matchup. So I actually like the Jags. I don't think they should be. You shouldn't be getting 1.5. I think that's too much. I think the Jags will win this game, but we'll see.
What's your next one, Logan?
It's my pick, right? Yeah. I'm going to go back to the well one more time. Give me. I want to make sure it's there, but it should be. Yeah, give me the Kansas City Chiefs at 3.5 against the Texans. They have to win it. I don't know what Andy Reid was talking about with tickling tonsils and all that nonsense, but one thing I do know is they got to win the game. I do think they got more incentive to win the game. I just think they got more talent. I'm going to take 3.5 with Patrick Mahomes' legacy on the line, if you will. I do think it's kind of a legacy. I do think Kansas City continuing getting in the playoffs is a legacy builder for both of their Hall of Fames. It's big for Travis Kelce. I just think you'll get the best of Kansas City. Maybe they'll lose, but you'll get the best.
Well, I mean, it definitely nicks like the best quarterback all time thing if he doesn't make the playoffs. Because Brady never played a snap without being playoff eligible.
It's true, and you're not saying it's impossible for him to still get over. It just nicks it, and so I don't think they want the blemishes, Donnie. So I will take Kansas City Chiefs just based on that kind of dynasty, destiny kind of discussion. We got through that pretty quickly, but
it's go fast.
Oh, we'll still get through it quick. Green Bay. I have never been a believer in Chicago this year. This is another heavy implication game.
Is that 7?
6.5 or 7, right? Yeah.
See now, Gov, arguably you should just be picking head-to-heads against us at this point and hoping. But hey, it is what it is.
It is true. If people don't know, we do a contest, so the winner of the contest does pick the Super Bowl captain. If we don't mention it enough on a weekly basis, they will pick the Super Bowl captain. So we are playing for some slight incentives, I guess you'd say.
Yeah. All right. So there we go. That's our picks for the week. I'm taking some long shots, but they are ones I have some conviction on.
All right. I gotta grab something really quick for my sister, but I will give you, since I have the first pick for the team draft, I am just throwing Michael Wilson in there from the Cardinals.
Mike Wilson's a good pick. I think I'll just get over to that before I can get over to the lineup. I think I'll have a Arizona Cardinal in every single one of my lineups in some capacity this week. they're obviously mispriced, and then you got so much injuries on their receiving core. I think that's a really good pick. Let me just pick one of these lineups by random here. Take this one. All right. He wanted Michael Wilson, right?
Correct.
Gov, we got the Greg Dortch news late, right? So I see so much value on the Arizona board that, like, is there a chance that maybe some of these pieces will become too chalky and you'll want to get off of them, or like how are you playing it? Because like I said, I'm just playing in Arizona in every one of my lineups.
Yeah, it's just so much cheaper than McBride as well. Like McBride's 8K at this point, and I think it's actually not a bad play. But when I can get Mike Wilson for this cheap, you gotta just take the cheap guy. That 2,400's huge.
No, McBride's not too cheap, but he needs that chase upside. He needs that Puka type performance now. And not to say he can't get there, he obviously can, but you're paying for that ceiling. I'm even taking some chances on their 3K, their dart throws because of the volume and because of the opportunity. I mean, because we're looking at Greg Dortch being out. This team is not healthy, but they chuck the ball all the time with Gannon. So it's a very interesting. I think it's a good opportunity too, because we know the Rams should be throwing and should be pushing. They're coming off an angry loss. I like this pick.
All right. Logan, it goes to you, and Gov gets back to backs.
Okay, I'm also going to just take a really good, obvious value this week, a game that Gov already talked about. Give me Loveland, the tight end for the Bears. He should maybe be split out wide as a wide receiver. It's Ben Johnson does like to use him creatively. They trust him in big leverage opportunities. We've seen him have a game-winning touchdown already this season. So like he's that cheap. Obviously, Roma Dunze being out, just another volume opportunity. That should open us up to do basically whatever we want the rest of this way.
Okay. Well, then I am just going to do what needs to be done. What works, what's basically it, what's going to happen.
Please do it.
We're going to play both chalk running backs. James Cook, R.J. Harvey. Click now.
Thank you, sir. I don't have a single lineup.
I had the thought. I will say this. There is the thought process.
Okay.
If James Cook doesn't get there against Cincy will be pushing the whole game. So for James Cook not to get there, Josh Allen does. So I think it is a literal situation this week. If you do not play James Cook, you are playing Josh Allen or Joe Burrow. Can you play both of them? Because that's what I'm doing. You could play James Cook in a Joe Burrow stack. I'm not so sure I want to play James Cook and Josh Allen together. I think they kind of eat into each other's ceiling too much. The problem is, if Josh Allen's having a ceiling, he's got rushing touchdowns that James Cook did not get. Yeah. The problem is he will throw to him, and I don't trust any of the receivers, and I want some of Josh Allen because I think he's the safest. And I would consider going naked Josh Allen. I would consider going Josh Allen with Jamar Chase. Yeah, just naked. I thought about naked. Like naked with a bring back. Give him Josh Allen with a towel. That's it. That's all I do. Maybe I'm over leveraging it, but I saw that James Cook was involved in the passing game. I'm like, you know what? He's as involved as any receiver because Josh does like to spread it out a lot. So like the running back versus Cincinnati. Like I'm not going to say it's not possible, but it's not something I'm looking to do. Yeah, like Josh Allen and James Cook together. You made me think I might end up having one like that before the end of the weekend.
I will just say, like, I don't think James Cook is planned to be in the pass game. He just happens to get it because the receivers aren't there.
True.
Like, it's not like if they had their choice, I think
you're James not a Cook heavy check down team.
Yeah, James Cook would be getting one catch a game if they had their choice.
And it could be me just being too cute, but I'm trying to be as concentrated with the points as I can be. Like, where can I lock in 20 to 30 points? And I'm like, Josh Allen and Cook seem like as likely, not maybe as a pair, but as likely as players.
Buffalo's playing desperate too. Like you got to love desperate teams, and you got
Right.
Cincinnati and Buffalo, two very desperate teams. I always play the desperate side of things when we get late in the year. Chicago, Green Bay should be one of those desperation like games. You win the game, you're pretty set. You lose the game, you got question marks still on you.
Yeah. I'm paying down for quarterback a lot this week. Josh Allen is the one I'm actually paying up for. I don't know about you guys, but he's the only pay up.
I'm paying up for Burrow.
Interesting. Yeah, I thought about Burrow.
I have not decided fully on my quarterback pool.
I'm
but
my
like
quarterback
one
pool
of
right-
Allen or Burrow will probably be in there with a couple of the cheap guys.
Yeah. So that's back to Logan, right?
Correct.
Let's see. What do I want to do here? I think let's see. Yeah, I'm going to try to lock it in. I'm going to lock in Brock Bowers to this lineup. Nice bring back off of Harvey. At 6K, I feel like he's too cheap, and everyone's going to want to just pay up for McBride. He might go under-owned just because of where he's at in the pricing is my kind of thought process as well.
Against Denver, there's not much touching upside that game. They might lose like 31-3, and that's the only pushback I have on it.
Well, my thought would be that they can't throw on the outside, so they have to funnel the passes inside, and we see that they don't really like to move their defense too much.
He has to get the raw volume. He does, and that doesn't scare me, but it's something to think about.
Sure, and we can always change it too if we find a better option, but that was just an easy bring back for me.
6K is a little steep. Like at that point, I have to think about him as any other flex play at 6K. So like,
He's
how
right
likely is Bowers to get me 20 plus? Like in a matchup against Denver, I don't know if Bowers gets me 20 plus, but I'm also not sure he doesn't. So like, I'm not against. Like I'm not saying I don't like the play. But it's definitely not something I was looking at. Although I could stack Bo Nix and have him as a bringbacks. That would be the way I would play it. Not sure I'd want off Bowers.
I got the next two, so I'm gonna go ahead and plug in Christian Watson for me.
Watson's a good pick.
Oof.
I think
it looks like
targets have been insane. Reed will not play this week. Golden probably will not be back this week.
And I'll say it, even if Golden's back, Donnie, I don't think that worries you at all with this kind of. I think they're kind of phasing Golden out. I think they wanted him to be a thing. They were like, he's not ready.
They're not giving up on the first round pick. He just
not giving up on him, but I don't think he's part of the like big playoff.
He was more involved early because Watson wasn't around. Now Watson's healthy, so Golden lost some snaps. That was always going to happen. Like his snap count went down as soon as Watson got back. That correlation is directly there. They're the same type of player.
It is, and Watson's better.
Yeah, right now he is. He might not be later. He's been so good this year though. And with that, I'm gonna do probably the grossest play we have on the board, but it's against a bad team, and it doesn't make much sense with this lineup. But hopefully, we'll find some more correlation. A random one-off of Adion Mitchell at 4,600 against a bad secondary. He should get target share. He should get good target share.
I was hoping you were going to say Vele, because I'm like, maybe I'll switch my Brock Bowers to.
I could go Vele as well, but I just don't. Last week was such a high ceiling game that I don't know if he can get.
Because I'm like, I'll change my Bowers.
How about?
I could have played Chedar. All right.
I mean, with what we're doing, I know what I'd rather do for a cheap guy, but.
Okay, so let's go.
Mitchell.
I don't even know where.
I'm not playing a Bo Nick stack. I refuse.
There he is.
That's not what I was going to do.
Okay.
So that leaves it on Logan and me to fill in defense and quarterback?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, we have the money. Because, like, you can plug in Washington defense as chalk. Hell, you can plug in Cleveland defense against Tennessee. They're pretty expensive, but, like, they're going to smash.
Yeah. Let's see.
Browns.
You say Browns, right? Because I like the Browns too.
Then you have 8,200. Is that naked Josh Allen?
Well,
It's not technically naked.
It's not naked Josh Allen. It's exactly what I said I wasn't looking to do, Allen and Cook.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is where,
places.
like,
we don't
if
have
it's
to play
me-
Josh Allen.
If it's me, I'm looking at our team, and I think we need to stack that Chicago Green Bay game.
Yeah.
So I would say, are we playing Love or are we playing Caleb?
I would lean Love.
I played a lot of Caleb, so
I would also lean Love.
Okay. I'm gonna say I played a lot of Caleb this week, so I wouldn't mind a Love stack. I do like that
Okay.
game though.
So now what I would do is I'd get off A.D. Mitchell and try to add in. Well, I would get off someone.
Yeah.
And try to add in another piece of that game.
Let's see if I can get off of Bowers and see what that does.
That should get you to Josh Jacobs.
That gets you to Chase. Jesus.
Yeah, that does get you to Chase. Wow.
That kind of gets you a like
the mini stack.
Is Cincinnati Buffalo in the afternoon? Is that your late hammer?
No, it's not the late hammer. It's the early showcase game.
Yeah. The Green Bay
hammer guy would be Adams, the touchdown monster.
Yeah,
but Adams was questionable heading. I don't know why he was on. I don't know what his injury report was, but he was questionable yesterday.
It was probably just veteran maintenance on a Thursday.
If we did pay down at defense,
Friday, and then it went off.
We could also pay down at defense and get up to Puka. We could still get up to JSN, or if we wanted to correlate that game, you could get to HN. I do think it's Chase or Puka myself.
I think it's Chase or Adams.
I just like going Chase. I think it's Chase.
Okay. Is there anything else we want to do?
No, this is actually an okay lineup. Like, we get our stack. We're hoping that Chicago Green Bay has some points.
Yep. I'm just gonna
switch Michael Wilson and Chase for late swap finality. That's about the only thing. Yep. We get a high-end stud in Chase. We get chalky but high-end running backs.
It's got volume.
Am I thrilled with pay up with like that? Am I thrilled with like second, third week of Adonai Mitchell after he's been priced up and now might be a little chalkier? No.
He's going to be chalky, but to Donnie's point, he is getting tons of targets.
Yeah, like the work is there for a $4,600 receiver still. So like it's not. I'm not against it.
Who of the cheap wide receivers would you pay for Arizona if it wasn't Michael Wilson? Because that's the argument I was having last night.
I don't think it's viable. Like
yeah,
maybe Baselia. Like
that's
you're hitting dart throws and hoping like Brissett just like. I'd have to go back and look at press reports.
Sherfield, maybe
practicing with the first team all week.
Like Sherfield would be a guy be considered just because the talent's there, but I mean,
I just want to bring it
up. Not having Dortch, not having Marvin Harrison, almost makes me want to just play Kyron.
It's been Weaver getting snaps, but Weaver's questionable.
Weaver's questionable with a hamstring too, so he.
And I always avoid hamstrings. You know that.
Yeah. He's probably the most talented. That was my initial thought. Like, go to him, and then I'm like, oh wait, he's questionable too. I don't think he practiced on Friday. So I'm just saying it's a big gap and it's injury.
Yeah, no, I just don't. I'm not interested. That Rams defense is so good that
yeah.
I don't know if Brissett is going to be able to even move the ball, but they're going to have to try. So,
I don't even know what the Rams are priced, but I did think about them this week. It was a thought because I'm like
38, so we could technically get up to them, but we don't want to. I'm assuming
because we got we got Michael Wilson, but yeah,
I'm not against going Rams. To be fair, over the Browns, I think the Titans' offense is better than the Cardinals this week.
Yeah, we do got Michael Wilson. I guess it's not terrible leverage.
And I think it gets off ownership. Like, that's different.
It's true.
This Rams team is young, quick, opt to make turnovers.
I think we're going to keep this lineup, though.
No, this looks pretty solid.
Okay, so do we want to take a vote on the defense? Do we go Browns or Rams?
Browns.
Yeah, I would just stick with the Browns.
I think we might regret that, but that's fine. I mean, at least we get the ownership side of it, because I don't think many people will be playing that Rams defense.
Man, we were highly efficient this week. We got in and out in 26 minutes. Is there anything else you guys want to mention in terms of lineups, or?
Well, we all have a little bit of a hard out. It was a little quick, but it's also the week after Thanksgiving. It's the last bye week, and truthfully, it's best ball playoff weekend. Like, this is when your best ball teams is the last week to see what happens with them. We took a look at that for us on Tuesday, and we've got a good shot with our Millie team.
Shout out to Jahmyr Gibbs. He solidified my 1 seed this week already.
See, and that makes DFS kind of strange because, like, most of the year, you're cheering for that 1 week outcome. This is kind of where everyone kind of turns their main focus to their best ball. You know, like
you have a season-long team that now you're looking for that 1 week outcome.
Right, and that Millie, because we're going to qualify for the Millie, that Millie would change all three of our lives. So it is important. Like, there is some fun. There is some like long shot.
This could pay for everyone's Christmas. Damn it!
That's right.
I don't think you cash in our accounts till January.
But just quickly though, on just a couple of the things I saw this week, there is no like really cheap running backs, right? Neal and those guys are the only ones. I tried to build this lineup where I took all the expensive running backs that no one else will be able to afford. Basically, as much expensive, like high leverage, safe players I could think of. I got Puka in the lineup. I got JSN in this lineup. Cook's in here with Irving, and just paid down to all the like volatile wide receivers. What would you think about a lineup like this?
I mean,
pretty stars and scrubsy, but
yeah,
I don't know how you can sit there and play. Also, the Raiders defense. Wow, I just noticed that part.
That's the only defense that would fit, Donnie. That's it.
I don't understand playing JSN. I don't think the Seattle, when they don't need to push, JSN doesn't get there as often. So I think JSN's just a bad play this week because I don't think they'll need it.
Yeah.
For me, I think I would definitely play a different pay up there, but like paying up for these guys, Puka and such. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, no, I think JSN's the only mistake in this lineup. That's the only can play. I mean, like everyone else, I could see getting there, but
that was the thought exercise with this lineup. Anyways, it was how many concentrated safe guys can I get? How many like almost guaranteed high leverage plays can I get with a bunch of unknowns and just hope? And I think this would be a fun lineup to track.
Can you press on JSN's player card and just go by his week by week? Because I'm pretty sure any game they won by 4, like high point difference, it was like JSN, 44-22. He only got 6 targets. 44-13. He got 6 targets.
26-0. He got, what was it? Top game. Scroll up.
4 targets. So that's my pushback on that. When they don't need it, they don't give it.
True.
And that's because I was looking at it.
The only outlier to that was the 23-20 game at Arizona where he only had 13.
Yeah.
Somehow he only had 5 targets that game. Had 3 rush attempts too.
Yeah, he's highly involved.
Seattle was trying to get cute in that game against Arizona, I'm thinking.
Yeah, no, but like he's highly involved unless they're winning. So
just quickly, one last question: is there any guy that like you have high confidence in that the field just doesn't, or any guy you kind of want to shout out that like you feel like could maybe win you a lot of money that most people aren't seeing, just to give people an extra bit of value?
I can't imagine I'm that different this week. I mean, I don't look at ownership and stuff. I just go off what I think, and if it's chalky, it's chalky, and if not, I guess I got cute. But I do have some A-Chain this week. See, that's what I would do. I would take JSN and try to play A-Chain instead.
A-Chain?
In that lineup.
Yeah, he's about
That's
1,000 cheaper.
No, he's 200 cheaper than JSN.
Is he?
Oh, so that would be the switch I would make if I were you. I would just put him in the flex instead and Puka up.
Instead of Puka? Yeah.
The only other thing I would say is, like, if you really wanted to play JSN, then just like Donnie's saying, you need to play for that game environment. And so I would definitely pair him with like try to do JSN Bijan as your two pairs.
Yeah.
But like again, I'm not sure that's a great hitting nine.
I just did this as a thought exercise. I'm like, of all the like safe, consistent guys this year, can you get them all in a lineup? And this is what I landed on. But with that being said, appreciate your time. Don't want to take much of it, but we had a little bit of extra time there at the end. So hopefully you guys got something from it. Hopefully you guys can take what we taught you today or what we showed you and apply it to your own lineups. Best of luck. We'll see you on Tuesday. Right here, guys.
Peace out, everyone.
Hampton got activated.
Hampton?
Nice.
That's a adjusting.